Hey, what's going on? Alex Lott with L.A.G Tactical here. We get asked a lot of questions about our various belt attachment options, and we wanted to do a quick video kind of detailing all the different options that we have, as well as how to install them and some of the benefits of each one. So we'll explain that. We'll explain how to put them on and off the holsters. If you have any questions at all, reach out, as well as let us know which belt attachment option you prefer and why you prefer that. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you. All right, so the first holster we're going to go over is our Defender Warrior lines. They are very similar holsters. Really, the only difference is that one is light bearing and one is not. So they do take almost all of the same belt attachment options, same belt clip, soft loop, stuff like that. So we'll just go over that real quick. Defenders, like you'll get them from the store, will come standard with a IWB inside the waistband belt clip, 1.5" belt clip installed there. That's what most people are going to use for their concealed carry options, but will also come available inside of the package with an 1.5" closed loop, great for outside the waistband carry that you could thread your belt loop through. And in order to upgrade that, we have these soft loops here. These are really good options for people who want a little bit more low profile carry, something that doesn't necessarily look like a belt clip hanging on their belt. What these are really nice for is they blend in great to your belt, your pant belt loops, and they're not quite as visible, not quite as noticeable. Really flexible as well when installed, allow for some movement of the holster, allows the holster to move with you, keeps some of the rigidity out of there, makes it really nice and comfortable. We also have available our Ulti-Clips here. These guys were designed initially to be used on soft materials, people wearing gym shorts, yoga pants, stuff like that. Benefit of this is you don't need a belt. So if you're heading to the gym or you're around town and you don't want to wear a belt that day, you can use this option. It basically opens up, slides over any soft material there, will clamp down, and it won't come off, anything like that. One thing to notice is, after a long time of wearing these, you may see some wear in that soft material of your shorts or yoga pants. Something to note, may take a while to get to that point, but something to think about. We also have malice clips here. These ones, we typically see people who are mounting their Defenders and Warriors to some sort of a MOLLE material, whether that be a drop leg or on a vest or a backpack, something like that. These options are really nice to integrate into MOLLE, super simple, flexible. They lock in quite nicely, so you won't worry about your holster coming off that MOLLE at all. That's a really popular one as well. Those are the main options for the Defenders and Warriors, some of the pros and cons. One thing to note is that the Warriors, because of the angle, they will have a slightly different outside the waistband belt loop, but function, installation is basically the same right there for you. So the first belt loop we're going to talk about is our 1.5" belt loop. Same process applies to the 1 3/4. These can be a little tricky, especially if you have fat fingers like myself, because you got to get this long post here that comes with your holster into this top hole, and you have to come in through the opening on the side there. So it kind of takes, get 2 fingers in there, get it moved around until it can slide into that hole, like so. Got that in there, might take a second, but you'll get it eventually. And then what I like to do is I take that O-ring that comes with it, set it right on top of that long post there. Set your holster on top. We're gonna pop that screw right back in there. Nice and tight, you don't need to reef down on it, just nice and snug. And then the bottom one's much easier to get back on there. So what I'll do is I'll pivot that belt clip out a bit, slide the post inside the back. We'll put the rubber O-ring on top there, slide it back under. We'll grab that other long screw that came with it, cinch that guy down. Just like that. Pretty quick and easy. Like I said, the toughest part's getting that long post into the side of that belt loop. But then you'll just repeat the process on the other side. So it should just take you about 2 minutes to flip them out for you. Next, we'll move on to the soft loops. These can be a little confusing because there's a lot of parts that come with it, but we'll show you how to do it. It just takes a second. You'll take that long post that came with the soft loops, slide it in the back there, and then you're going to take whichever hole on the soft loop you decide, depending on the size of the loop you want. You're going to place that right over that long post that we have in there. And then you'll take the little button snap cap that comes with the soft loop, place that over the top. as well as you'll take the screw. It's a little bit different than the standard belt loop screws designed to fit in that snap cap. You'll take this guy. Some people will like to do some blue Loctite on there just to really make sure it's secure. We typically do when they are sent out from the factory. Slide that right on top there, and then you'll just thread it right into that long post. These ones you really need to be sure you don't put too much torque on it because it'll pull through that snap cap, but just nice and snug. You won't have to worry about it ever coming off. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your button there, and from the top down, as you'll see, you're going to press it in there and then push it down to the bottom. These soft loops are designed to only be released from one side. So if you try to pull from this side, it's not going to come off, but if you pull from the bottom, it'll snap right off. So you kind of have to install it the opposite way. So from the top to the bottom there. Then you'll just repeat the process on the bottom or on the other side there. Same process for the Defender as the Warrior. And you could also use any of these different mounting holes depending on your ride height and where you want those soft loops. So the last one we'll talk about for the Defender and Warrior series is the Ulti-Clip and how to install these. One tricky thing about the Ulti-Clip is they can take a number of different hardware, but I'm going to show you what I prefer personally. There may be some other options out there, but the process will still be the same. First, I'll take one of these short posts. We'll run those inside the back of the holster there. Then we're going to take our O-ring, place it right on top, similar to how we've done with the standard belt loops. And then I'll use that bottom hole. That's typically the one I like to go with. Place it right over the top there. Can be a bit of a balancing act. And then we'll take a truss head screw. A little bit different than what comes with in the standard box, but we'll supply these with you if we send out the Ulti-Clips to you. Place it right in there. Pinch it down there. You will have a little bit of play, which is nice. Keep some of the flexibility with the holster, but it should be nice and snug on there. And yeah, it's pretty simple. You'll just repeat on the other side there, as well as picking whatever mounting hole you prefer.